The math exam's last problem. Half of our grade was weeded out before getting this far. The other half had absolutely no time to spare, and was so exhausted they didn't have the energy to solve it. The only student still standing with any chance of earning full marks in the few minutes left were these two.
What was it Nagisa always used to say?
You're so talented, Karma. How is there such a gap between the both of us? Guess some people are just geniuses, huh?
Easy for you to say. If you ask me, it's not all that cut and dry who the real genius is here. Talent is usually an invisible trait. More often than not, it's the result of work other people don't see. Take Sugino. He can fit in easily with anyone, anywhere. Or Okuda, who can totally lose herself in something she's passionate about. Even Terasaka, who dives right in without a second thought. From where I'm standing, we're in the same boat. Everybody has something, some hidden special ability they take for granted. We're all geniuses. We all have a talent. Still, the issue at hand is whether or not I can filter the answer to this problem through the lens of my own. Come on, man. Snap out of it. You don't have time for this.
Atoms. Body-centered cubic units. Extraneous details. Stay focused. Broken down to essentials, the problem is simple. Solve for the volume of your specific domain, in a box surrounded by enemies. When both sides are evenly matched, their attacks meet in the middle. Of course. From there inward is my domain. That's one enemy down. Nice try. But I'm afraid you won't be encroaching on my turf anytime soon. 8 enemies total surrounding the cube's perimeter. If I determine the volume of the 8 areas I've effectively sealed off, and subtract that from the volume of the cube, I'm left with A0, my specific domain. Once I've locked down this space, I'll have the answer. Come on, come on! Ruling my own domain. Nice overall theme for my goal in life. A different sort of ruler than my father. He's obsessed. The man only cares about proving his rational approach to education superior to all others. His method may break a person's spirit, but it won't educate them. It's time to set the record straight. Give him a piece of my mind. I have to take control. That is my responsibility as your son! There it is. The volume of one of the sealed-off areas is an aggregate of 1 hexagonal and 3 triangular pyramids.
This problem doesn't even call for difficult math. The whole thing's divided out into this one itty-bitty little cube. And if it's supposedly an atomic crystal, yeah, everything on the outside is just more of the same. Which means the world doesn't end here. From where I'm standing, everyone has their own talent, their own specific domain. We are all in the same boat. I just couldn't see it before. All I could see from inside this box were fragments of the bigger picture. I have my area, they have theirs. We all do. That's how this works. How it's always worked. Everyone's the same size, the same distance apart. And if we're all cut from the same box, those 8 contiguous boxes can be broken up into the same proportion. Each person's individual fragment accounts for 1/8 of the whole. So what it boils down to is, this box contains one whole me and 1/8 of 8 other people. In other words, inside this cube, the ratio of me to the other 8 fragments is 1:1. Simple. And if it's 1:1 inside the box, the volume of the area I can call my own is up to 1/2 of the cube. Voila! That's my specific domain. Piece of cake. They taught us this stuff in primary school. No need for long, drawn-out equations. No need for big, complicated diagrams. Nope. You just have to adjust for the fact there's a world outside yourself.
Pencils down. Time's up, son. The test is over.
Just one more line. Damn it! I knew the answer!
And like that, the tidal wave of our end-of-term exams broke.
Alrighty, class. Let's all have a look at your compiled exam papers. Did those crucial second blades manage to pierce their intended targets? I wonder. No splitting hairs over a point or two, understood? The only thing we're concerned with right now is whether these scores secured a place for you in the top 50. Unless I'm mistaken, the main campus ought to be posting the results for all to see as we speak. So I see no reason we can't do the same in E-class.
You're kidding me. I'm 46th?
Isn't Terasika dead last even in here, though?
If he came in 46th, then that must mean...
Is this for real? And we beat out the Big Five for the top spots! Go us!
Karma! Dude, you got first place!
Feels pretty good, doesn't it? Earning the highest rank on such an unforgiving battlefield?
Whatever, I guess so, yeah.
It appears your contest with Asano the Perfectionist came to a head on that last, and I must say, particularly thorny, math problem.
Yeah, about that. Not sure I could say exactly why, but if I hadn't spent the past year with you guys, I don't think I could have solved it. That's the kind of problem it was.
Tough haul getting to this point, though, huh?
Yeah, I don't believe it. And we all wanted this so badly. Actually, be A-class almost sounds too good to be true.
We're back on track for the top-tier schools. The ladies will be throwing themselves at our feet!
Way to go us, right?
Yeah, chicks everywhere!
Feels like a final episode. Wait a sec, it's not over!
Seriously, this puts us back on
What's with that look, man? Are you okay?
Right, it does.
Yeah.
Grades like this,
It's just that so much has happened since I came here. I'm really glad I got kicked down.
Oh, why you gotta be all depressing, huh?
Besides,
Sounds weird.
why
coming
make an
out of
ugly
your mouth.
face when this clown has it covered?
What does that mean?
Terasika, easy, you're choking him!
What do you think?
What do I think? I think I can get into my dream school now.
What are you gonna study? Architecture, right?
Yeah. I'm angling for a high school that's big on engineering and science.
Ha! Man, those A-class dillweeds! What I wouldn't give to see the looks on their faces right now!
Bet you anything they never thought in a million years they'd lose to us. Now, to be fair, on their part, A-class performed quite well in the first half of the exams. But as the questions grew increasingly difficult on the second half, more and more students found themselves running out of steam.
Yeah, well, that's what they get. Whoever you are, nobody's bloodlust holds out that long. Even after intensive assassination drills, it's next to impossible staying in that frame of mind for an entire day. If you expect to boost your system on bloodlust, cramming isn't the way to go. You have to nurture it over time, slow and steady.
How'd this happen? How'd we lose after everything we put ourselves through?
Your study methods worked against you. You were set up to lose. That's what it comes down to. Not that my scores are anything to brag about either. Rest assured I'll put this frustration to work. Come high school, I'll be on top again, doing my damnedest to blaze a trail for the rest of you. Just... all I ask is for your support.
Asano, you mean that?
Intriguing. Strong words for someone who's lost the fight on which he staked his future.
Principal Asano.
All we may count on in this life is the unknown. What seems arbitrary can in fact be what costs you everything. One can't be sure until the battle is over. This, you see, is why I insist on always playing to win. I have an obligation to prepare my students for the unknown. Between now and graduation, you have much to learn.
Principal Asano, sir. All due respect, it's clear to us that your methods aren't going to help us beat E-Class. Defeat made them stronger.
Asano's taken that lesson to heart.
We're no match for them, sir. Their strength is just too, what's the word, adaptable.
Forgive us, sir. We fell short of our goal.
If you think it's appropriate, transfer us down to E-Class. I think there's a lot to learn from their way of doing things.
Well, Principal, what do you have to say to that?
Asano!
Are you alright?
Your face looks like it's glitching out. Uh-oh. Don't tell me I'm finally seeing your fatherly side. Excuse us, sir. We have to be going.
Well, boys and girls, you've officially qualified to be transferred out of E-Class. Anyone here ready to leave the mountain?
Yeah, you'd like that, wouldn't you?
I don't think so. We found our second blades. This is where things get serious.
If you know a place better suited to assassination, we're all ears.
Gluttons for punishment, I see. I suppose then, as a reward, I ought to divulge my most notable...
Ah! Our building!
Evacuate the premises, please.
Principal Asano!
The board reached a unanimous decision. The old campus building is to be demolished today. Oh, don't worry. You'll be moved to an affiliate school slated to open next year. We need students to performance test their newest facilities.
Wait, you're farming us out somewhere?
It's not all that bad. Let us call it a social experiment. The building is state-of-the-art, with closed-circuit surveillance cameras and escape-proof architecture. It's similar to a prison, the culmination of my educational philosophy.
But you can't move us right now.
We won't go. We're graduating from this campus.
I see you'll spare nothing to see your methods vindicated.
Correct. Oh, and incidentally, your services will no longer be required. Yes, I'm afraid so. This is the part where I terminate you.
Whoa, he just got slapped with walking papers. I don't believe it. The man actually played the forbidden ace in the hole.
This is wrongful dismissal!
The octopus is ridiculously susceptible to this mode of attack.
Do super creatures have a legal right to protest?
Now don't go jumping to conclusions. Actually, this is no more than a clever means of distracting you. When I said terminate, I meant it literally. I'm here to kill you. You see, Koro-sensei, you don't fit with my vision.
He can't be serious. Look, man, we know you're a big Machiavelli and all that, but I'd tread carefully in your shoes. The octopus is clever.
Hold off on the demolition for now, if you would please. I have unfinished business inside.
Where the hell that notice of dismissal come from?
This is crazy. What is he thinking?
Now then, Koro-sensei, I assume you don't wish to be fired. And furthermore, that you wish to preserve this classroom? Well, what would you say to a little wager?
What's he getting at?
I've prepared 5 subjects worth of exam questions and 5 live grenades. 4 contain anti-sensei projectiles. That is, they are fatal to you. 1 is fatal to humans. All 5 grenades are identical in appearance and smell, and designed so that once their pins are pulled, they will explode the instant their handles are raised. I've pulled the pins, and carefully placed the grenades between random pages of each test book that handles down. You must open each book and solve the problem in the top right-hand corner.
But that'll push the handles to the up position.
That's correct. Your teacher will almost certainly be hit with an explosion. Furthermore, he can't move until the problem has been solved. The first 4 books are yours and yours alone to open and solve. I will be taking the remainder for myself. Kill me or force me to withdraw, and victory belongs unquestionably to you. You and the E-Class students will be allowed to stay here. Agreed? Terasaka, look sharp. Use the appropriate formula to find Koro-sensei's odds of winning.
Why do I have to solve something so messed up? An anti-sensei grenade won't kill you. The real one will, naturally. But we'd have to save it for the end, so let's see. 4/5 times 3/4 times 2/3 times 1/2 equals 1/5. So, 20%.
Well done.
Yeah, but hold on. The octopus sits through 4 explosions before you even take a turn. This game is rigged. You can just bow out if you don't like the way it's going. Don't know about you, but I call that unfair.
Young man. Life is unfair. It's chock full of injustice. Especially if you're not fortunate enough to be one of the strong. Don't you see? This is why I teach the true meaning of strength. So then, shall we proceed? Show me how serious you really are about your chosen profession, Koro-sensei. In fact, if I were you, I wouldn't waste a single moment.
Yes, of course. Let's jump right in.
He threatens dismissal, devises a game that's clearly in his favor. And there's no way out. Mathematically, the odds of it succeeding are better than anything we've tried. The most important blade is strength. This man is an assassin.
Open, solve the problem, and close. Move quickly enough and the grenade won't go off. Speed is your specialty. This should be a walk in the park, yes?
Yes! Excellent point! Planar calculations! Oh, this couldn't be easier. All you gotta do is borrow from the 10s and get the 3 with the 4 left over. Actually, I believe it's 3 or thereabouts.
I know how you are with puzzles. You get flustered. Your processing speed declines. This trap is almost too perfect. We'll call the first one a hit. Bravo! Only 3 more to go and you'll have won the game. Now, please move on to the next problem before you've regenerated.
This is BS! No way he can survive 3 more of those explosions. He's seriously gonna be taken out, and the setup is so freaking simple!
You see my point? The weak have to rely on assassination, whereas the strong may kill at their leisure, when and however they please. Soon, I will plant institutions across the nation that drive home this truth. The Ministry of Defense has been generous. Between them and the bounty, I'll build affiliate schools all over the world.
It's always about education with him.
Come now, Koro-sensei. Validate my ideology. Be the cornerstone of my vision.